Today we will continue with improving the script sysinfo that we have seen before. Let's have a look at it again. So this is a program to output a system information page. And we have defined some variables and constants here, and then we have some functions that output some information, and this information actually comes from executing some commands. And at the end, we output an HTML page with this cut command and this here document, and this is the token, and this is the closing token, or the end of input for the command cut. Let's execute it, and so it outputs this HTML page. Now we can try to make some improvements. For example, this piece of code, or this part of the script that outputs the HTML page, we can include it in a function. So we can write a function that does this job. Let's call it write HTML page. So this is the name of the function and the head of the function. This is the starting, the start of the body, and here we are closing the body. And I can also indent the code a little bit, but if I indent this is the output that is sent to the standard output from the command cut. I can use this minus after here document, and then I can use a tab to shift all these lines in order to just to make it a little bit more readable. And also the last line, and I can shift with tab also the closing token. So let me write and quit it, but actually I forgot to call this function. So I have to call this function here, right? HTML page at the end of the script. And now let me put also a comment here, output the HTML page. And let me test again. It still works. It is outputting this HTML page. And actually, I can write a main function similar to the programs in C, which start with a main function. Bash programs or Bash scripts don't have to do this to start with the main, but we can write a main function and then include everything or call everything from this main function. And here I'm going to put this code, these two lines. I'm deleting them and pasting them inside this main function. And now I have to call the main function here, main. And actually, I'm going to pass all the arguments of the script to this main function. and we use this to pass all the arguments of a script to a function. And actually, this call of the main function is the last thing in the script, and we can declare the main function anywhere. It doesn't have to be at the end. Actually, I prefer to declare it at the top of the script. So let me move this function to the top of the script. Escape first, and then 5dd. I'm deleting these 2 lines. Go to the top, paste, and actually these constants have to be defined before the main function. Actually, we'll delete these lines, paste them here. And since I'm calling the write HTML page here, I will define the write HTML page immediately after the main function. So let me move this function here as well. So I'm placing a mark mark A here at this line, and then from the mark A up to the current line, delete. And it is actually saved in the buffer. So let me paste it from the buffer with P, paste. So I'm defining here the write HTML page function, and then these other functions are called inside it, and I'm defining them below that function. So the order of defining the functions doesn't matter in this case. Up to the end. Let me call it again to make sure that it still works. Okay, it works as expected. And what else can I improve? This title variable is used inside write HTML page function. It is used here. And also the timestamp and current time. So it doesn't make sense to define them in the global space. I can define them in the scope of this function as local variables, because they are used nowhere else. They are used just inside this function. So let me move these variables inside this function. Delete these lines and then paste them here. And actually, they don't need to be global variables because they are needed only inside this function. They are used only inside this function. So I'm declaring them as local variables. So let me try again the script to make sure that we are not introducing any bugs or any mistakes along the way. So it is working. So this is exactly the same script that was before, but just the code has been rearranged a little bit to make it more readable, to make the script more readable. Now I would like to improve the function of the script as well, the functionality of the script. And first of all, I would like to show some help about using some information about using the script, how to use the script. with the option minus minus help or dash dash help. So I would like to define a function for usage. So let me go to the top of the script. And I can define usage even before the main script, the main, or I can define it below the main function. Usage. So this is a function that is going to display some information about the usage of the program. First of all, I'm defining this variable prog name, and it is going to be base name $0. This $0 contains the name of the script itself, and this base name is removing the path from it. So this base name $0 returns just the name of the script, and I'm saving it into this variable prog name. And now I will use cat and here document to output some message. This is the token, and I'm using a tab. Prog name is the variable that I defined above. Usage. And or let me leave an empty line here. Prog name age or help. Display this help message. Let me use these square brackets to show that it is actually optional. So this option is not required. It is an optional option. And also let me leave another empty line here. And let me, okay, where do I call, how do I call the usage now? Because I defined the function usage, but I have to call it somewhere. So in order to call it, I have to check whether there is the option -h or the option minus help. So I can do it like this. or I can, if the first argument is equal to -h, or the first argument $1 is equal to -help, then usage is going, I'm calling usage, it is going to display, it is going to display the message of how to use this script, this program, and also I should exit the execution of the program. So let me save it, and let me try sysinfo -h. It is giving this message, and the usage message, or -help. Again, it is showing the usage. We are going to add some other options as well, but for the time being, the script only recognizes this option.
Yeah,
yes.
While you were writing the argument line help, I couldn't see it. I saw it afterwards. Why? Anyway, could you try once again?
No. Can you repeat again the question, because I didn't get it. Why I'm writing this one?
While you were writing this one, I couldn't see it on the screen. I saw it only afterwards.
Okay, it is because I have activated this screen key, and the screen key is taking this part of the screen. It is being displayed here. So if I write something, you see, and
yes.
it takes over the some part of the screen. I couldn't set up it perfectly. Maybe I should have made it smaller on the right side of the screen. But this is the reason. It is covered by the window of this screen.
And it's hardly readable, but afterwards it comes up.
Yes,
I understood. Thank you.
Maybe I should disable this one. Okay, I am disabling it. It is not very much useful anyway.
Okay.
So if we call the script, let's call the script without an argument. And okay, in this case, we have the previous behavior. It just outputs the HTML page without any argument. And now, actually, I can do this with a case, because I'm expecting to check some other arguments as well. So it is better to use a case for checking whether $1 or the first argument is equal to this -h or -help. And the case can be like this. First of all, I am checking whether this is different from 0. This first argument is different from the oops. So first of all, this -n means it is not empty. So if the argument $1, the first argument, is not empty, then I'm going to do something here. Then case $1 in minus h or minus minus help. This is one case. In this case, I want to call the function usage and then exit. And then I terminate the case. I stop execution of the case. So I'm removing this. Instead of this, I'm using exec as to close the case. And okay, this should do. There is just one option for the time being for the case, but it is still easier to understand than a complicated if. Let me check that it still works as expected. Syntax error in conditional expression, unexpected token. Oh, I see. So here I should have an empty space here. There should be an empty space because this is how shell or bash is separating the tokens. It is separating the tokens by an empty space. If there is no empty space, it is considering that these are part of this string, this $1. So there should be an empty case here, empty space. And without an argument, it is still displaying the HTML page. And with argument -h or minus help, it is displaying an help message. Okay. And now some other improvement that I want to do to the script is that I want to be able to specify the file name as an argument. So the file name where the output is saved. So by default, the output is sent to the standard output, which is the screen. The output by default is sent to the standard output, which is the screen. And then I can redirect it to a file, sysinfo.html. But I want to be able to also specify the output file with the option -f. So -f and then the file where the output should be saved. Or also with the option --file. So whichever one of these is used, then after this option should come the name of the file where the output is saved. First of all, let me update the usage. So we can use the option -f or --file. And after that one, should come a file name. So if we have the option -f and then a file name, the report should be saved to this file. Or if we have the option --file and then a file name, then the report should be saved to this file. So we updated the usage information or the usage output. Now we have to process this this option -f and --file if we get such an argument. And I'm going to do this at this part. So assuming that the first argument is not empty, then I'm checking whether it is -h or -help. But I can also check whether it is, or I can add another case here. So let me add another case. -f or -file. In this case, I will save the second argument because the first argument is this one, this option. The second argument is the name of the file. I'm going to save the second argument, $2, to the file, to the option, to the variable file name. So this is the file name that will be used, the name of the file where the output should be saved. And I'm also using this shift, and the shift is moving the arguments. Actually, shift 2. Shift is moving the arguments to the left, and shift 2 is moving twice to the left. So it is dropping the first argument and it is dropping the second argument, and then the rest of the arguments are still for processing, are still available for processing if there are more arguments, more than two arguments. And now this file name is I want it to be a global variable, or maybe a global variable. So I will declare it here, file name, and initially it is going to be empty. Initially, by default, it is going to be empty, but if there is an option -f and then a file name after it, then the file name will get the name of this file. And now in the function write HTML page, I'm going to modify this function so that it can use this file name if it is available. So if this file name is not empty, then it is going to store the output to this file instead of sending it to the standard output. So let me go to the function write HTML page. Actually, I'm going to define another function, output HTML page. Output HTML page. And here I'm going to check whether the function, whether the variable file name is empty or not. If not empty file name, then I'm going to call this function write HTML page. but I'm redirecting the output from this function to the file name. Else, just write HTML page. So if this variable is not empty, it contains the name of a file. In this case, we redirect the output of this function, write HTML page, to be saved to this file. Otherwise, we just call write HTML page, and it by default will send the output to the standard output to the screen. And now I need to call this output HTML page in the main function instead of calling this one, write HTML page. So let me go to the main function. And instead of calling this write HTML page, I'm going to call output HTML page. Output HTML page. And let me give a try to the modified script. First of all, without any arguments, it is still outputting it to the standard output, to the screen. And let me try to use this -f. And now we get no output on the screen, but hopefully it has been stored into this HTML file. So let me check. And yes, the output of the script is stored into this file. And let me try the ---- file option as well. ---- file, and then store it to file2.html. And okay, both options work the same way. This one and the long option, the short option and the long one. So let's continue to make some more improvements to the script. Now, this part where we get or we process the arguments, it is getting longer, and it is better to define it in its own function. So create a special function just for processing the arguments instead of keeping it inside the main, because this will make the script easier to understand, and it will make the script more readable. So let me define a function, process arguments. And let me get this code, mark A, oops, escape first, mark A, and then here from the mark A up to the current line, delete. And then paste it here with P. And I need to call these process arguments here inside the main function. Process arguments. But now I have to pass to it all the arguments that are being given to the function main. So all the arguments that come to the main, I'm sending them to or as arguments to this function. And let me just check again that everything works without an argument. and with the file option, okay, it still works. Now I can make a small improvement to the function output. Output HTML page. So I'm writing directly to this file, but if it is not possible to write it, if it is not possible to write in this directory, then this will fail. This would fail. So I can check whether I can create this file, whether I'm able to write to this file from the script. And then if yes, then I will write the output to this file. Otherwise, I can display an error message. So how can I do this? I can use if and then touch file name. This command touch file name will create an empty file with this name. And if this command succeeds, it means that I can write to this file. Otherwise, if this command fails, it means that I'm not able to create this file. But if it succeeds, then I will continue with another command. Actually, I will check whether this file has been created. So I'm using touch to create this file, and if this file exists, it means that it has been created. So I have the right to create this file in this directory. In this case, I will continue to write the output, of this function to this file. Otherwise, I can display an error message and terminate the program with an error message. Cannot write file name, and let me redirect this to the standard error. So this message is being sent to the standard error instead of standard output because it is an error message. And also, let me exit the program with an error exit code. But there is something that I just remembered, that I'm using this variable prog name here, but it has to be global, so that I've declared it here as local, which means that I cannot use it outside the function. But if I want to use it outside the function, then it has to be declared as global. So I'm removing this local here. And let me try this case. How can I try it? I can make this file read-only, and then I will try to output the content to this file. And since it is read-only, it is not writable. and I should not be able to write to it. So I should get an error message instead from the script. So let me change the permissions. -w. So it is read-only, just readable, not writable. And now let me try to write the output of the script to this file. Okay, it says permission denied. Let me try to make read-only the directory instead. The current directory. And then let me try to write to another file here. Yes, this message is coming from touch. It is an error message, permission denied, because it cannot create a file into a read-only directory. And then this message is coming from, this is the error message, but I cannot see the name of the program here. So I have to modify something to fix this issue. So this prog name is called is defined inside the function usage, but the function usage in this case is not called at all. So instead of defining this inside the program, inside the usage, let me define it inside the main. Or I can define it above the main, but it is the same thing. I can define it inside the main. Inside the main function. And let me try it again. Okay, now I get the name of the program and then the error message. I cannot write file3.html, file3.html. Let me make it writable again. For user and the group. So for the user and the group, it is writable again. So now this works as well. What else? Now I want to add another feature to the script, and I want to make it interactive. So if I give the option -i or -- interactive, it should ask me for the file name interactively. So it should give a prompt, enter the file name, or give the file name to save the output, and then read the file name from the input that I give from the keyboard. Instead of specifying the file name, the output file name with an argument, -f or -- file, with -i or -- interactive, I can give it interactively. So let's see how we can improve the script to do this. First of all, I start by updating the usage message. So it is -i or -- interactive. No file name here. And in case the interactive option is given, get the name of the output file, interactive from the keyboard, or just get the name of the file from the keyboard, because the message gets very long otherwise. So I updated the usage, and let me check. -h. Okay, I get the updated usage message. And now let's see what we can do to implement this feature. First of all, I need a variable to keep whether the option to keep track of the option minus interactive, minus interactive, whether that option has been defined or not. So interactive will be empty initially. So initially interactive will be empty. Or I can make it 0 initially. And if the option -i is given, then I will switch the value of this variable to 1, so that I know that the option -i has been specified. So here at process arguments function, I'm going to add another case. So if the option if this argument, the first argument, is equal to -i or minus interactive, I'm going to make this variable 1. So I will assign the value 1 to this variable. And then just shift, so that we know that this argument is processed, is already processed, and if there are further arguments, they may still be processed. And then end the case with a double semicolon. And now, how are we going to use this option or this variable interactive? The option interactive can be used, for example, at the output HTML page, at the function output HTML page. So at this function, before calling the function write HTML page, we check whether the interactive option has been specified. So if the interactive option is not if the interactive variable is not equal to 0, or if interactive is equal to 1, if interactive is equal to 1, then we are going to get the file name from the keyboard. So we are going to use a read command to read the file name from the keyboard. So I'm going to use the command read, and this is the prompt of the command read. Enter name of output file. And the variable will actually be file name. So the name of the file that will be inserted from the keyboard will actually be saved into the file, into the variable file name. And then later we check whether the file name is not empty, and then we will store the output, the HTML file that is generated to this file. So let me give a first try to this one. And then -i, enter name of output file. And the script is executed, but let us check the content of this file. So it has been written. The output has been stored into the given file. Let's check also the option minus interactive. Enter name of output file. This one works too. Now it is possible to make some improvements or some small improvements, or it would be better to make some small improvements to the way that we get the file, the output file, because right now we are not checking for bad things that may happen. For example, if the file that we type already exists, then we should check. We should check whether the file that is inputted already exists, and then ask, do you want to override it or not? So this would make the script better. It will improve the behavior of the script. So we can try to do this improvement, but before doing it, let's actually create a separate function for handling this interactive mode. So let me create another file here or below output HTML page. It doesn't matter. Let me create it here. Get file name interactively. Get file name interactively. And right now, this function contains only this command, this read command. But soon we are going to expand it and improve the behavior of the function. So let's call this function here instead get file name interactively, or get file name from the keyboard. It doesn't matter. So let me save this. And now I'm reading this file name, but I have to check whether this file already exists or not. So I can use an if to check whether it exists or not. And the option -e checks whether the file exists. So if this file already exists, then I can ask, do you want to override it or not? So to ask something or to make a question, I'm going to use the read command again. Read the prompt of the read, and then file name exists. Overwrite it, and then the possible options should be yes, no, or quit the program. And here I'm going to read the input to the default variable reply. So I'm not specifying a variable name here into the command read. So the answer will be stored into the variable reply. And now I need to check what was the given answer. Was it yes or no or quit? So I'm going to use another case here. Case reply in either capital Y or lowercase y, it means yes. If it is yes, I will just break the loop. And actually, I should enclose all of this into a loop, because if something goes wrong, for example, if I say no, don't override, then it is going to ask for another name. It should come here again and ask for another file name. And if this file name also exists, and then I say no, don't override it, then it should come and ask again for another file name. So actually, all of this code should be included inside a loop. So let me use a while loop, while true, which is an infinite loop. It will repeat forever. Do, and then here done. I'm closing the loop, and then let me indent properly all the code here. And so if the answer is yes, I just break the while loop. And if I break the while loop, then the variable file name will contain the value that it already got from the keyboard. So we break the loop, we have the file name into this variable, and then the job is done. We got the file name of the output file, and then it will continue to write the output into this file name. But now the other option, the other possible option is Q for quit, lowercase q or capital Q. In this case, we just terminate the program, because this quit means quit the script. So don't continue generating the HTML script and writing it into a file. This is what it means. So we give the message program terminated. And then we use the exit command to stop the script, to exit from the script. And then we just use a star for all the other cases. So if the answer is no or anything else, then if it is something else, then we consider it a no. And then in this case, we use continue. Let me close Exact here. Let me close the case. So case and then Exact, and then we have an if here, and we should close the if as well. So we start if, and then we close it with phi. We start here case, and then we close it here with Exact. So this continue means that the while loop will start again. So don't move down. It will start again here, and here it is going to ask for another file name. So the question is, file name exists, override it. The answer is no. If the answer is no, then this continue makes the loop to continue again from the beginning, and it is going to ask for another file name. So this is a cycle. And so this should continue until we get a file name that is not overriding some other file, or until we get permission that it should be overridden. No problem, and then we can override it. So let me try this as well. This hit since info.sh, and then interactive. We have a syntax error. Line 64. We forgot to close this case option, to finish it, to terminate it. Let me try again. Enter name of output file. So let me try this file4.html, which already exists. File4.html. File4.html exists. Override it. Let me say no this time. No. Enter name of output file. I will try file5.html. It is checking again. It again exists. This file exists. Override it. let me say yes this time. If I say yes, then it is going to override it. And let me try with the other option, minus interactive. Enter name of output file, file5.html. Override it, quit the program. Program terminated, nothing was written. And let me try it again. A file that does not exist, file6.html. This file, enter name of output file. We have some issue in the script. We have some problem because if the file does not exist, then it keeps running the loop, and it is asking again. It is asking again for the file for another file name. So we have to fix this. And I think we can fix it with a break here, because if the file already exists, if the file does not exist, it is a new file. Then it is going to come to this command or to this instruction, which is telling it to break the while loop, and it is going to get outside the while loop. But if the file already exists, then it is going to ask override it, yes or no. If the answer is yes, override, then this break is going to break the loop, and the while will finish, will terminate. If the answer is quit, then this exit is going to break the whole script. It is going to stop the whole script. And then if the answer is no, this continue is going to skip this break. So it is not going to come up to this break. Instead, from the continue, the execution will continue to the while, and then it is going to read again a file name. It is going to ask again for another file name to read. So let me try it again. Enter name of output file, file6, which does not exist, .html. It is writing it. Okay, and then to make sure, file7.html. Again, it is generating the output to this file, file7. And let me try for the last time with a file that exists, file5.html. File5 exists, overwrite it. No. Enter name of output file. Let's say file8, which does not exist. Okay. Vim file8.html. And it seems that it is working. So let's stop this lesson here, and then in the next lesson we will make some other small improvements to this script, but next time.